Hey, YouTube. Mike C, aka Moshak. I got a word for you. I was in my room when the earthquake hit, the tsunami and earthquake hit in Japan. I live in Tokyo. I've been here about 25 to 28 years off and on, you know. So I'm pretty used to earthquakes. We see earthquakes all the time. We get you know, every day. We get earthquakes every day. It's not a big deal. Most of the time, they don't amount to much, especially in Tokyo area. We've been pretty lucky. Outlying areas, they haven't been so lucky. Even Osaka, the last major earthquake was the earthquake in Osaka. That was pretty devastating. I mean, it didn't result in a tsunami or anything like this last one, but it was still devastating. But even that, you know, years later, if you go to Osaka right now, there's not even a hint that it happened. People recover quick. Japan, people are very resilient, and we're used to it. We get over things. This last earthquake, that was a little different. I mean, I used to always think the next one wouldn't be the big one. You always think you're going to survive. That last one, that kind of took all that out. I mean, now nothing is given. We after that one, every little tremor we feel. You think, okay, is this going to be the big one? Or not? I mean, for the first week, 2 weeks after the earthquake, it was hard to even justify getting up and doing the things that you had to do for your future because we didn't even really know if the future was going to be there for us. I mean, any moment we could get flattened. You know what I mean? They were predicting even larger earthquakes than the one that happened. And if that was going to happen, then what's the point? I mean, come on, we're not going to survive that. But luckily that didn't happen. But on that day, man, I'm in my room. I actually just got back from the hospital and I had some operation on my neck and so I wasn't 100%. I was recuperating, and so I didn't really want to have to do too much. I was trying to like lay back, and the room started to shake. It started shaking. As always, we think, oh, earthquake. Okay, the room's shaking. What are we gonna do? All right. Most times we don't even run for the emergency spots and do the things that we've been told to do because it starts before you realize that it's over. You don't even have a chance to get to your position. This was different. It started shaking. What am I going to do? Okay, I couldn't go outside. I thought I'm going to wait it out. If I thought I was not going to survive, of course I'd have just ran outside naked. But I wasn't going to do that. As always, I thought we were going to make it. Then it got a little worse. Then I started thinking, well, maybe I'm not going to make it. Maybe I should go out after all, even if I'm naked. Maybe I should just run out without my wallet, without anything, and just survive. I thought about this, and then all shit hit. Bam! The room started shaking. The floor was moving. I couldn't stand up. I managed to get to my feet. I ran to the doorway thinking, okay, this is where you're supposed to be in the doorway, the door frame. In case the house collapses, you'll be in the door frame. You won't get smashed. The floors above you will not land on you. You'll be okay. Okay, I'm in a second two-story wooden Japanese house. Above me is just the little cone of the roof, and inside that, people don't go. We haven't been there for years. I know what's up there. There are rats up there. I don't want to see them. I hear them up there sometimes. I do not want to be running around with them, even during the earthquake. So that wasn't one of the things I really wanted to see happen. So I'm thinking, I'm in the doorway. Is this the best spot to be in case the house goes down? Started to get a bit of lull in the shaking. I thought, well, I'll make my way outside. So I tried to get to the doorway, another doorway, trying to get to the stairwell. I get to the stairs and I can see I'm looking down the part where I need to run, and the whole house is just shaking, and I can't get down the stairs. There's just no way I can make it down these stairs safely, right? So instead of going down the steps, I go back into my room. I'm in the room, and I think, well, get to the center of the room because at least if you're in the middle of the room, nothing can fall on you. Because I've got like a TV over here, there's something, dressers over there, and usually what happens in earthquakes, stuff falls on you. So you want to not get knocked on the head by heavy stuff coming off the walls and stuff like that, right? So I get over there and I get to the center of the room and I'm positioning myself in the center of the room, and all of a sudden, it just starts shaking even worse. I can't even hardly stand up. I reach over and I put my hand on the air conditioner that is mounted on the wall because I'm trying to keep it from just, I want to stand up. I'm trying to lean on something and I'm keeping the dresser from falling over. While I'm doing that, the TV's falling over, my other dresser's falling over, my closets are falling over, everything. Oh, I mean, it's just chaos, you know? I thought I wasn't going to make it. Then all of a sudden, it starts to calm down. It's calming down, and I'm starting to think I'm gonna make it. I might actually make it, but I need to get out of here, you know. So I think I gotta get out of here. I gotta make it out of the house. So I go to the stairway, and I finally make it down the steps. You know, the house is still swaying, but at least I can stand up. I make it through the first floor. There's nobody in my house anymore. Everybody's outside, you know. And I get outside, and they look at me like a ghost just walked out the house or something, you know, like how did he survive that? You know, my friend said he was going to come back and get me because they had all ran outside and then realized where's Mike at? And they said, oh, they went running back towards the house. They get to the front of the front door, and then the whole house is just doing this hula dance S-curl shit. And it just wasn't no way that anybody was going upstairs to try to rescue me. I said, you know, they said at least we know where he is, you know, when it was time to retrieve the body. You know what I mean? But I made it. So I get out, and then I'm thinking, well, I'm out now. It's not shaking. People are all in the streets talking to each other like, whoa, what happened? You know? And I'm thinking, serious. Now we got to get into survival mode, huh? Okay, where's my wallet? I need my wallet. I'm going back in to get my wallet because my passport's up in there. I got my money up there. My bank card's up in there. You know what I mean? I'm useless. You're useless without that stuff if you really got to make a move, right? So I go back. I defy you know, what everyone says. Don't go back in there. I said, hey, I'm going back to get my stuff while the getting is good, you know, because it's calm now. It ain't gonna stay calm. I'm pretty sure of that, and it didn't, you know. But I went back up and I got my stuff. I came back out, you know. I even got my laptop. I had a new iPad. I got that. I wasn't leaving my iPad up in there, man. It was brand new. It's not iPad 2, but still, I wanted to go get that motherfucker, right? So I went up and I got my iPad, and I came back downstairs, and we waited, and then you go into the after things calmed down. We went back into the house, and TV's on. We're all watching the news to see what's going on, and we're feeling elated that we survived. You know, like wow, we made it, we survived. Then all of a sudden, you see the tsunamis hitting, and it's just taking out the whole town. People had 3 minutes. They didn't even have a chance to get to their doors to get out. They didn't have a chance to drive down the road. There are people caught in cars, and we're watching all this unfold right on TV as we are in our relative safeness. You know, have survived in Tokyo, and we're starting to feel a little guilty. You know, like why did these people uh, have to suffer like that while we're surviving? Is this just pure luck? I mean, look, it could have been anywhere in nature, in the scheme of things. We're like fungus on a rock, you know. I mean, the Earth belches once. A few hundred of us, a few thousand of us get killed. That's like nothing, you know, like a flea on a dog's butt. You know what I mean? So, why do we survive, and why do those people have to die? That's a big question, you know. And that's you can't help but to feel, you know, where's the answers here, you know? So I go back, you try to do all you can, and you think about what could have been done to avoid this, you know. And the first thing that hits me is all this news coming up about 200 years ago, there was an earthquake in the Edo period that wiped out the entire town of blah, 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 and it's in the same location that this town is now. So why did you rebuild? And if you did rebuild in that same area, why didn't you take some more precautionary measures to make sure that this doesn't happen again? I mean, what is the reason for not building a higher seawall? What is the reason for not moving the town back a little? You know, what is the reason for not making better precautionary measures at the plant when you know that you're in the tsunami and earthquake zone? There's no reason. The only reason is to save money. They didn't make these precautions because they wanted to save money. They thought they knew, and they thought they were taking the safe way, the safe route. They thought that they could get by spending this much instead of spending that much. Let's not put the seawall in. Let's put one in, but let's only put it in like, you know, to the point where it's not going to do any good. You know, I mean, they thought it would, but think about it. It was just no way that that could have worked. You know, I mean, we can see that now, and they see that. They could have. They knew that before, And the reason they didn't do anything is because they wanted to save money. In my opinion is this nuclear energy, we don't know how to deal with it yet. We don't know how to dispose of nuclear waste. You get nuclear waste sites that are unusable for the next 50, 60, 100 years or some stupid shit like that. Does that make sense? I mean, okay, we don't know how to get rid of the nuclear waste. I understand that. We don't know how to get rid of nuclear waste. So let's figure it out, you know? And then when we do figure it out, then we use the system of energy, you know? Let's not save money. Let's save lives, you know? You can't put price on lives. Those lives can't be bought back. It's a shame.